The game goes like this. Each time we touch the screen, our bird will jump, simulating the flap, and the bird needs to go between our pipes. If it touches one of the pipes, it will die, or if it touches the ground, it will die. Now, in order to simulate that bird flapping, we need to add a rigid body, which will simulate the physics system. And in order to, well, make our bird touch one of our pipes or the ground, we need to add colliders to our birds. Now we will add colliders to our bird. So we can select our, blue bird here in the hierarchy panel. And here in the inspector panel, we can click here, add component, physics 2D, and here we have our colliders. So the most appropriate collider for our bird is the circle collider. So simply click on it, and now we have added that circle collider to our bird. If we zoom in, we see that our collider is circled around our bird, but it's a little bit outside of the bird. And we can fix that by going here in the inspector panel, and we see here we have this circle collider, and we have this radius. So now we can simply resize it a little bit, and we see that the circle is being resized. We can even offset it like this and position it well around the middle of our bird. Now that we added a collider to our bird, we can add a rigid body. So we can go here under Add Component, Physics 2D, and select this Rigid Body 2D. Now what this will do is it will add physics to our bird. If I run the game now, we will see our blue bird falling down because now we added physics to it, and it falls down basically because it has gravity and all of the physics components. So basically that's that for adding colliders and rigid bodies. And the last thing that we need to do is save our bird as a prefab. And here I have a prefabs folder, and inside of it I have Flappy Bird's prefabs. So we simply drag our bird from the hierarchy panel over to this folder, and this will create a prefab out of it. The benefit of creating a prefab is we can now simply delete our game object from the scene, and we can drag this prefab, and we have that same game object in the scene with all of the components that we attach to it and all of the animations. Otherwise, we would need to create this bird from scratch, creating the animations and everything that we did before. And also, if you make a change to this game object in the scene, so if you change something here in the rigid body or here in the animator, you will need to click apply here so that will apply on the prefab that we saved here in our folder. Now you will do the same thing with our red and green bird. So you will add a collider, rigid body, and save them as prefab so that we can move on.